Hey guys, welcome back to Kiwi Classics and Customs. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions on this old girl we've been working on. There's so much new metal gone into it. I had a lot of questions about protecting that new metal that's gone in, so didn't want to try and answer it in the comments. It's just a little bit too much info. So here's a quick 101 on rust proofing. What we use a lot of is this product. Now this is called Rustoff. It's a product made by Magnolia. Now there's a few similar ones to this, but it's an acid-based rust neutralizer. You spray it on, wipe it on, brush it on, let it dry, kills the rust. It also works excellent as a weld-through primer. If you've got two lots of bare metal coming together, wipe that on both surfaces, let it dry for a little bit, weld them together. It won't mess up your weld, and it will kill any little bits of surface rust that might be there. We just wipe it on with a rag, or we put it into a little spray bottle. It eats the spray bottles a little bit, like they won't last very long. That's why we just use whatever's kicking around. So that's a good product to start with. Another good product we use quite a lot of. Now you guys will be familiar with Eastwood. This is Eastwood's rust converter. Again, a brush on, or you can spray it on in one of the little spray bottles. Depending whether you can reach in and get to it with a brush or whatever. It goes on white, dries black. It does need a top coat. It's not your final coat. You'll need to put some kind of a sealer coat on it, because while it will neutralize the rust and protect the metal, it won't stand up to any even slightly long-term wetness anywhere. It'll go through it. So it's a great product, but it does need a top coat. Now the top coat can be, we use a lot of this, which is a product made by Keystone. It's called Key Coat. It's a Key 970. Now that is a spray-on undercoat. You can get it either in the little rattle can if you've got a smaller area to do underneath your car. You want to just make it pretty again. It sprays on nice. It flows out pretty good. It's got a texture. Clearly, it's an undercoat, but that works well. If you've got a bigger area, you can buy it by the gallon, which will save you quite a bit of money. And then you put it on with this, which is called a Schultz gun. There's different levels of, that's about a $60 gun. You can get cheaper ones. Now, this is great for those areas that you can get to, that you can reach. Now, there's always going to be areas that you can't access, can't get your hands into, you just can't reach. And that's where we use this. This is a Worth product. I think it's the best one out there. It's called a cavity wax. Now, this again is an aerosol. You can spray it up inside. It comes with a little tiny extension that'll just fit in there. So inside, like torque boxes down in here, inside the rockers, often there's holes from the factory, just little holes. You don't need a big hole to get this in here. If you don't have a hole to access it, don't be scared to drill like a 3/16 hole in the area that you need to get inside of, and just reach in there with this, with your little nozzle, spray it. Be generous with it. I mean, you're trying to protect a sizable investment. So fire this in there, put lots of it. You'll use quite a few cans on a car, like 4 or 5 cans on a car, no problem. And it creeps. That's the beauty of the cavity wax. It does creep. You don't have to get to every little corner, because if you put a generous amount in, it will creep into the corners, it will creep into the seams, and it will get where it's going. So that's really the key things. Clearly seam sealer, which I forgot to put on that table, but follow me around. Any of the seams that are accessible, it's another Keystone product. It's just simply a seam sealer. It doesn't have to be this brand. There's quite a few people making this stuff, but don't buy the cheapest one. The cheapest one's going to fail quicker because it's cheaper. So again, you've got a big investment, spend a little bit of money on it. Anywhere there's a seam that you can access, metal overlapping, anything like that, go around and seal it with this stuff. I have actually showed you this on a video a few months back. That is important too. To get that done. So there's multiple steps to it. It's a little laborious, it is, but you've spent a lot of time and or money on this, so you want it to last. So use a mixture of this stuff and it will last. All right, any questions, guys? Just make some comments, ask me questions. I will do my very best to answer them. Hope you're enjoying the show. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and see you on the next one.